Hey friends, okay, so I want to share with you some tips on
hear it, Mommy. Don't.
trying to work in your car with your child here on growing your Facebook group. So let's talk about this. Do you have a Facebook group? We just got home from the zoo. We're waiting on some pickup, and I thought I'll jump on here and share with y'all some tips for growing a Facebook group. If you don't have one, let me know below. If you do have one, let me know below. Tell me what's working. Tell me what's not working. We're going to do this in a couple of parts. So today, let's just talk about the basics of creating a Facebook group and a little bit about how to get it growing. And then we'll continue to talk more about that. So from my experience, you're on my business page right now, okay? So I have a business page. It does not get a lot of interaction. What I have found is my Facebook groups. Hey, Lena. My Facebook groups are what is getting much more interaction than my business page. So consider that if you have a business page, consider opening a group, okay? If you have a personal page, you can open a group as well. But groups are like communities where people can come together, interact. And here's the first tip in starting a group. You have to have a purpose. So figure out what your purpose of your group is before you open it. So if you have a health and wellness company and you're promoting a clean eating program like we are, we have a group that's just for clean eating. I have a group that's just for my customers. So it's a VIP group. I have a group that's just for my team. So groups help people get the information that they really find valuable to them. So you have to have your purpose. We'll talk more about this in later episodes. But the second thing is, so that was number one, find a purpose for your group before you open it. Number two is have a good group name. Now, if it's a private group where you don't want anybody just to be able to find it, this isn't as essential as if you want a group where when people search that you don't already know, that they could potentially find your group. So if that is key to you and you want to have the group available to people you don't know to find it, you got to use some keywords in that group. So think about what your group's purpose is and then put some strong keywords in the name of your group. So that's number two. The next one is you want to promote it to like-minded people. So the people that are going to come to your group, you want people that, you know, believe the same, that are looking for the same, that value the same kind of content. Now, one of the ways you can do this is if you are promoting this group to people you don't know, so, you know, you're open to anybody joining the group, you can have questions before they get accepted that will help you kind of screen out. So if you're doing a clean eating group and you might ask some questions at the beginning of when they ask to join the group, and you're like, do you follow a clean eating lifestyle or are you interested in learning about one? If they said no, they do not need to be in your clean eating group. Maybe they just saw it and clicked join and don't even know what it's about. If it is a VIP customer group, one of the questions in the screening can be, are you a customer of Kathy Callahan? If no, do you want to be? Make sure your screening process to get people in is lined up with what the group is. So ways you can promote the group is if you have an email list, you can email it out. You can private message people. People can search and find it. You could also cross promote. And you guys, a lot of this information, if you just Google stuff, you'll find it. So I always say hashtag GTS. Google that stuff. If you're unsure, Google it. You'll find these tips. But I'm going to put in my own 2 cents here too. Cross promote with similar groups is an idea. And then incentives. And this is the one I really like. You could give like rewards for people who interact in the group the most. So in our groups, if it's like a party group, whoever comments the most goes into drawings. So that gets people in the group interacting more. You can also do incentives that help form your group. So we did challenges, I guess is better than the word incentive. So if you're trying to grow a clean eating group and you do a clean eating challenge, what that does is it not only gets the people in the group more interactive, but it also allows them to think of people who may want to join your group. So in our business, we did a smoothie challenge. Well, we did a 30-day smoothie challenge, and people who didn't know about our products or business were joining the challenge because they wanted the benefit of what that challenge was going to do, and that helped build the group. Same thing with the clean eating challenge. If you're trying to build your customer base, do some kind of product challenge or product incentive within your group. We could talk more about that later as well. You can do a post to recognize the people who are the most interactive. I think I just said that one. Number 4 is make sure that your content is quality, and then look at the metrics. So you can actually do that within your group.
I'm gonna poop on you.
Oh no, please don't. And you can see what kind of content is getting the most interaction.
You said that you can poop on you 4 times.
Do you have children? He's talking about pooping on me. Sorry, y'all. This is my life. I have a 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old, and that is the interest of the day with him. Okay, have quality content. If it's not getting interaction, you might want to change the content you're posting. If you're noticing that some content gets, like some posts get a whole lot more interaction than others, that's the kind of content you want to keep posting. So is it recipes? Is it that people like to see what you're having on a daily basis? Is it that they need to have help with the challenges that they're facing and helping their kids eat healthy? If it's skincare and you're posting something about, maybe a video about your morning to nighttime routine, and that's getting a lot of interaction. Maybe they're telling you that they like to watch you do the process. Whatever it is. Okay, we'll continue to talk more about this in later episodes. Engage daily. So most people in general on Facebook are active between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. That's when you're going to see the most activity in general overall. So afternoon hours tend to be very, day to day it's different, but 12 to 3 tends to get a lot of interaction. So be interactive in your groups. Keep it well organized. If people are commenting on posts, you need to interact with those if it's your group. So don't ever just leave a message that you're not interacting on, unless your group is so huge that you can't. But you got to keep that going. You can also schedule posts. So in that 11 to 7 time, if you find that you have more time to be building your group out and providing value and posting at nighttime, you can schedule that for the next day. That's an advantage to groups. Now, one thing you can do, which I don't personally do, is grow your group through ads, like paid ads on Facebook. I honestly don't know if you could do this if you have a group on your personal page. I know on your business page you could. I've done everything organically, so what that means is not paid. So then the last tip is, number 7, is growing your group through word of mouth or referrals. This is called organic growth. It means you're not putting in money to have people find your group. You're putting in the time. So one of the things that I personally like to do is host parties in groups. And when that party is over, I like to kind of help refer them over to my group. That is the group that I maintain all the time, whether it's clean eating or customers or whatever it is. Get them out of the party group that was just a short-term group, and then get them into my big group of customers. You want a blankie? Word of mouth has 20 to 50% more influence on people, just so you know, and they're 10 times more effective than paid advertisement. So word of mouth is key. The last thing I'll leave you guys with, because you all are, not all of you, a lot of you might be doing virtual parties. When your virtual party is over, get those members of that party over to your personal group, because you want to continue to have touches on them, even if they were not interested in purchasing at that time of the party. You never know what's going to come along later. And my newest consultant is an exact example of that. It took her 2 months of being invited to a party to make a purchase. Then she kept purchasing, and she just became a consultant, I guess, 5 months later. So you've got to keep touching these people, and groups are a great way to do that. So at the end of a party, I would just say, give the people at the party a reason to go join your group, if it's applicable to them, and if it's purposeful to them. So if you're doing some kind of drawing within the party, you can say, go join my group for an extra drawing, whatever it is, because that's a great way to grow your group as well. We'll continue to talk more about this. If you guys have specific questions, concerns, challenges, or things that are working, please share them below. I'm not supposed to use the S word. Don't S them. Just write them down. Don't ask me why, but that affects the algorithm somehow. All right, you guys have a great day. And Lena, I'll see you very shortly. We're picking up our food right now. Bye.